Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the adventures of Chancellor Otto von Bismarck. I'm sorry, Prime Minister Otto von Bismarck doesn't sound good. I'm calling him Chancellor. uh, as he helps put a different nation together. Although I don't know how successful he's going to be. We'll see. The EIC... Equipment controlled. I don't know how long they have until things maybe break up. We'll see. I thought it was 20 years, so it should have actually already happened, but maybe I'm just wrong. It's always possible. So, we're getting the last two Tier 1 production techs, and the last two Tier 1 society techs. Soon we'll have our lovely tourism. Alright, we got a lot to do. Okay, so I'm also going to grab central banking. There's just more and more techs. It never ends. How is things here? They're still plus 13k. Oh, good. Public schools passed. Good. No. Sorry, that's not the building I meant to build. Start with a construction sector, please. And get another government building in Punjab. On the mode of communication of cholera. Oh, that's a good question. Which one do I have queued up first? Modern sewage. Cool. Works for me. Yeah, we do need that extra infrastructure per 100,000 population if we can swing it. It's very helpful. Alright. Still, I know the EIC definitely isn't going to be able to complete its objective, because it would actually have had to have attacked me. And at this point, we have far too many guarantees from far too many great powers for them to even consider it. And, you okay, Britain? No. No, you are not. Alright, so Britain, and I assume by proxy... Oh, wow, the EIC is not involved. Okay. On the other hand, diplomatic demands for humiliation here cannot be met by the EIC, and Russia should be... Yeah, Russia's busy AF. Good. So we want to force the play so they can't, back down. Perfect. Alright, so I want Baluchistan and Harati Bumper. Honestly, I don't know. Liberate country. We'll throw that on. Maybe they'll just back down. That'd be helpful. Alright. Because this is annoyingly enough two fronts that I don't want to actually have to split my forces. But, unfortunately, I think it's pretty obvious I'm going to have to. So we'll send half to there. Alright. Okay. Things are moving along slowly, yep. Ah. They've landed in London. This is, or no, they haven't landed in London. Oh man, if London falls, that's gonna be bad. So the economics and finance mod makes it a really bad fucking thing to lose your capital. mightier than the sword. Perfect. Alright. Like, it will break the British economy for probably about 2 years if they don't surrender before London falls. We'll see. And, like, that's the kind of economic crisis. I've seen it happen before. I've actually, I think, inflicted it on Britain before. And it's fatal to the empire. So this might be our break. Like, I might just start building the army a little quicker than I thought. You know? Mm-hmm. Oh, and at the 11th hour. Alright, so the Americans did not loot the central bank. Oh boy. Oh boy. That was close. Yeah, if London falls, it's very likely the empire kind of shatters, sort of. So we'll see. Alright. Looks like we need some opium plantations here. Get some of that built. Russia damaging relations. Yeah, I'm sure. You guys have, like, a decent army still. Decent GDP. You have half my population, though. So, Quetta is getting integrated, right? Good. Alright. But yeah. So it looks like the British get off scot-free this time. They're returning Hanover to the Empire. That's going to stop Germany from forming. At least for now. In time, things will change. Alright, national stockpile's almost done spreading, thank God. So that's the last one, right? So I need to actually just start on Financial Center. Just try and, you know, get some of the spread onto colonization. It'll help. Every little bit helps. Theoretically, this will unlock stock exchanges, or, if you will, financial centers. In practice, I have no idea. I don't think that works until I have a currency, but we'll see. We've got work to do still in order for that to... yeah, for that to matter. Yeah, publishing industry is doing well. Alright. Looks like the opium plantations did good. Could use some more cotton. Their standard of living isn't all that bad, all things considered anyway. So, we now have the education institution. Oof. Like they're just barely there. It's technically a positive return. I'm hesitant to give that though. I'll just leave it at level 1. At some point in the near future, we'll pick up public health insurance. Or at least I hope we will. Right, egalitarianism's also just kind of naturally spread to us. Several techs in this mod are kind of forced onto you, whether or not you want them. This early, usually if it says +1 minimum standard expected standard of living from literacy, it's coming for you, ready or not. Which, yeah, we're gonna need to try and keep our standard of living rising. It can definitely be a problem. I say having passed the school institution already. God, the amount that you guys are just angry is hilarious. Alright. Size 1 national stockpile created in Punjab. Theoretically, I can now buy and stockpile certain things. It basically creates buy orders and sell orders and all that. Allowing me to, well, yeah. Stockpile goods. It really, I think, only has use in wartime. And I might make use of it depending, but right now, no. Alright. Yeah. I say we can theoretically be on a point on device. But no, we'll keep the ceremonial Maharaja. Hereditary bureaucrats. I think I want to avoid that. Yeah. There's not a whole lot to pass right now. I could try and pass welfare, but that feels like a terrible idea. That would destroy me, I'm pretty sure. Let's cut back a little bit here. There. Allowing me to put in some more government admin buildings. And we just make up for it with a couple extra construction sectors here. Slowly transitioning towards iron demand. We actually, I think, can switch even you over to iron demand. Nice. That didn't crash the market. That gives us 76 construction to work with now. Good. Alright. Not bad. Ooh, 80. Alright. Economic development is underway. I'm still trying to deal with the unemployment here. We're doing our best, but there's not a ton of profitable stuff. Okay, we'll make a publishing. And maybe I should just get some more universities then. There kind of exists an upper limit to how much I can functionally develop my economy right now. You know. What with our lack of technologies. It'll be a while. Like, I've got steel working, but I have nothing I could spend steel on. Goddamn. Yeah. Alright. So now we'll just have to wait for geology and lathe to spread. Colonization's coming, slowly in its own way. Alright. Yeah, 8.5k. Good. But yeah, even just getting some starting universities right now is pretty good if I can actually somehow afford them. we'll just do that much for now. We'll need more publishing industries to support them, because they will require those, as well as paper. You know what? Let's just toss a paper mill in here, too. Hey. Alright. Okay, like, no one's gonna get involved between me and Persia. I do kind of legitimately think I can take them. You know? Like, I just get rid of these. These. And... 15 there. Whoops. So there we are. 15 across those. Okay. Like, this gives me 90. That gives me an even number of them. And my army is fully modern in comparison to theirs, which is still vast majority irregulars. So. I need to make my move. Now's the time. Can I... Okay. Persian Southern Text-Res. Bumper, yeah. So I can add that. And Kerman. Perfect. Yeah, the game gives me +4, which isn't bad. Like, it says too many, but that's really more just in theory. I'm not too worried. I have the extra supplies, which I can activate at the last moment. And I think I'll cede the initiative in the opening battle. You know? We will cede the initiative in the opening battle to the Persians. So, I know we're like +15, never mind, we have to attack. I think a broad attack makes sense. Because some of them should just get irregulars and get to fight them, I think. We have mostly attacking units anyway, so... Like, the army is meant for offense. Is there anything I want to add? Like, theoretically, I could try and take a bunch of money off of them, but not even that much. Alright. This is fine, then. This is expensive as hell, though. Yeah. Oh, shit, yeah, get government wages down. That'll help. And... for the interim, I am going to raise my taxes. It'll cause some unrest, but I think it's necessary. try and stem this bleeding. Yeah, we declared war. Our political rigidity increases by 20. Give the extra supplies for the all-out attack. Yeah. Good. Good. Higher learning. Society should be ruled by philosopher kings. Mm-hmm. Okay. Plus 4 grand is nice. I'll put a pause on that. That gives me like 20k to work with. Okay, in that case we're actually fine on neutral. Good. But yeah, so we're going to secure Persian silver. Which, as I get closer to actually maybe getting central banking tech, is nice. I hate how long I have to go without central banking, but it's fine. Just gotta get to tourism. Luckily, they don't seem to have the numbers anymore. Yeah, their army has fallen apart. Simply taking too many losses, as it does. Yeah, I wasn't expecting them to manage to actually conscript enough to get over the limit, even though they technically are 1 over. We just gotta keep conquering. Keep putting pressure on them. Oh shit. Without railroads? Well, I guess. I have a lot of questionably populated regions. Geology has been unlocked. Good. Finally we can get the lathe and maybe our industry can start to take off a little bit. Like, you know, dye workshops would be nice. Lathes would be nice. Well, our publishing industries can suck a little less. Colonization's almost done, which means we might even be able to try and make plays for recognition. Ah, yes. I mean, do I actually want to reload here? Because apparently I managed to completely miss what was going on. 10 out of 10 me, as usual. But several are just kind of free now. Or do I just want to let this play out? Like, I can't help, I don't think. The EIC might be shattered, but their resistance is also kind of screwed. And in general, there's just been a lot of freedom. So, I maybe need to just get ready to make my moves. You know? This is fine. It's kind of expected. 860. The AI hasn't, I don't think, ever really managed to do well with the presidency system. And it very often kind of breaks down. More than one occasion, I've seen Britain just kind of kicked off the continent completely. Alright. They'll probably kind of give in once we reach, or once they fall under 0. Oh no, still negative 65. It'll be a while. We just got to keep conquering our way through. Alright. So, Satara exists. That's good. I was going to say, that actually means I maybe didn't need to go for Persian silver at all. Because it looks like Bombay is open. My preparations may have been in vain. We'll see. Economy update. Holy shit, we're no longer a poor country, we are a developing country. Yeah, no. Relations with Persia can decrease, sure. Persia surrenders. Good. Encourage them. Great Britain's cause is our cause. Yeah, another group joining the British Fellowship. I'm trying my best with Britain, but they're pretty tough. Alright, so diplomatic demands. Is there unify India? Yeah. Ah, but in order to use it, we need pan-nat. Yeah, that's not happening for a long time. Gujarat, are you involved in the war? You are, but you are not. Might manage to make a play for them. It's going to be 25 infamy for a random chunk of the Bombay estate, but it will get me down to Satara. And as I mentioned, this state's got nice. The gold mines here are going to be very important for us. Securing that gold is priority. So I'm trying to think what my best strategy here is. I think in the chaos, I can just kind of annex you. Oh no, Bandavendigar will try and stop us. How about Garwal, by the way? Nope. Alright. So, I want to start attacking them before things are over. Yeah. I'm actually worried that Britain's kind of got its in through here, so... Alright. I think for now... I conquer the state of Gujarat. Some random miner looks like they'll want to join. I don't know who or... really what. I'm not sure I really care. Baroda only has this one, so should go fine. They might get their ally. Satara joining them is not really a problem. Decline. Sorry. I don't actually like you, so you're also my enemy. Benevarga's stability. Okay. So I need to figure out where the exact state lines are. Okay, so Gujarat. So if I annex Baroda, I have a line here, which lets me attack Satara. Okay. So I can conquer Maharashtra as well. I'm not 100% sure it'll probably work, but look, the subcontinent's a goddamn mess, okay? Unsurprisingly, there's mass economic instability across the Indian subcontinent caused by the loss of British control. Who would have guessed? Here's the thing. I want to attack Balwampur before Hindustan falls. I need this to finish ticking. Because if I attack this while Hindustan is weakest, it's good. Yeah, it's fine. Alright. Colonization unlocked. Nice. Okay, yeah, so conquer Maharashtra. Liberate Kalat, yeah, good luck. So hopefully Hindustan isn't surrendering just yet. I just need literally, like, you know, 2 more weeks. Come on. Hang in there. We start the Diplo play, and... well, I guess they might still be able to join. That's the problem. I think Babel and Pur might be getting annexed. Or otherwise, so... this is probably incredibly dangerous. Sorry. I need to look at this war again. Yeah, the EIC would annex Babel and Pur, so yeah, we're not getting that. That's fine, though. The EIC is struggling right now. I've got an entire army group in reserve right now, so I'm not too worried. We're just going to kind of conquer through here. We'll see about trying to, like, clean up these pieces and actually making our area contiguous at some point. But that can be a little... holy shit, the liberals just won? Oh my god. Good job, guys. It's of minimal consequence. I can kind of still not care. Because all that matters really is government clout. But now that would start adding, you know, clout if I start upping the suffrage. I was going to start adding clout to the liberals, which is an interesting thought. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, I'm still trying to pay off debt, so. No debt allowed. Yep, so now we have a border here, technically. As long as we touch the state on both sides, it's technically still contiguous for us. It looks like garbage, but it is technically contiguous. Alright, so the EIC is going to hold a lot of the continent together, but a lot more has managed to escape its grasp, creating a solid opportunity for us to move in, including the conquest of Bombay gold. Alright, so I actually have no need of these 2 territories anymore and kind of want to get rid of them. I just kind of was going on Persia because I was not quite expecting to get this lucky with the explosion. But fortune smiled upon me today, granting me access to the Khalsa Raj region. Oh god, 700, 250, yeah. Okay, getting our system in place to deal with this is going to be fun. So, you guys have government admin, right? Good. Wow, that's so little government administration. You have no infrastructure. Everything's on fire. 17 railways that I have no trains for. Incredible. Yep. Administrating that region is functionally impossible. But that's okay. So on that note, we actually have all the tax capacity we need there. So yeah, resume. Alright. I'm going to assume Maharashtra is going to need a lot of, yeah. Actually, no. Finish the paper mill. Actually, it's not worth doing this. It's going to take far too long between the turmoil and the incredibly high turmoil. And the fact it's not an incorporated state. I'm going to need to put down a pile of government administration buildings in Sindh. Oh good, Sikh's starting to spread into Sindh. Nice. Crisis. Or Alright. The state is the people. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're gonna have some problems with everything I just annexed. If you couldn't guess. Alright, we can get another 5.6 here. Alright, France would intervene. Yeah, we'll see what we can do for cleaning these up. It's going to be tight, but we did just collect a pile of additional people, and there's still got to catch them all going on here. British control has been saved for a brief period, and some of it remains intact. Not much of it, though. And we're now a rising, solid alternative. And you two still haven't gone to war again. Oh, Lord. Although we still definitely need to figure out what the hell we're doing here. I don't know, man. I can't produce engines. It's like, you're screwed. We do have the Bombay Stock Exchange. So, there's that. Sewage. Ah, fuck yeah. Pharmaceuticals is spreading. Good. But, yeah, we get a stock exchange. Yay! And we get a company. What our first company is? Well, that should be a good question. Don't need to do any reforms here. Alright. The first company is going to be Sikh Bank. This is the central bank. This will be very important to have later. And importantly, it provides +1 max number of companies. As, like, an effect, so. Or, that might be the prosperity effect, either way. It will quickly become prosperous. Theoretically, give it monopoly rights, but I don't really want to do that. And we're going to start heading towards tourism. It's good stuff. See, and modern sewage. Okay, I think that's all we need. Then our little dip into society is complete for the time period. For the time being, anyway. Woo! We're a poor country again. Yeah, that doesn't shock me. Yeah, shit's gonna be on fire. Lord knows Maharashtra here is not going to survive with all of its industry intact, and most of the people are definitely going back to the plantations. Or even worse, a lot of those plantations are going to shut down too. And yeah, I don't know. Like, the correct answer is I need to shut down anything I can. Like, anything that's state-owned, I need to delete here, outside of the gold mines. Like, crash this as much as we can. I may consider outright nationalization of everything else. I don't know what the hell company that is. But for now, just crash as much of this as we can. Like, the goal functionally is to try and get infrastructure use down. Oh no, you have 66 private construction sectors. Yeah, good luck. You're gonna need it. Screw the universities. Like I say, burn everything I can down to try and get infrastructure down. Unfortunately, I don't think I can actually nationalize private construction sectors. Yeah, nationalize. Oh yeah, no, they just cannot be deconstructed. That's the problem. I own them, but that doesn't mean we can shut them down. So yeah, it's not great, for sure. These barracks, get rid of them. Like I say, try and shutter anything and everything we can. I don't want to have to nationalize if I can avoid it. Luckily, a lot of this stuff should start downsizing on its own. Just collapse it, and hopefully, eventually, we'll be there, you know? Things will get better. Bombay is in a similar, if not as bad state. The liberal movement. Why are you guys so angry? I have given you a lot. Traditionalism and plus 50% Khalsa Raj. Turned a blind eye to radicalism. Yeah. Yeah. I did do that. 50.3. I'm open to trying laissez-faire, but let's see if I have even a ghost of a chance. Like, these two will, under no circumstances, by the looks of it. They will also never. Apparently everyone else is on board, though, but somehow it's only, yay, 27%. That's shocking. Last I checked, these three numbers combined only make up like 50%. 13. So like that should be 43, yeah, or 33, yeah, on its own. Well, do I have to bring them all into government, maybe? No. I don't know why it's legislature's like that. It should be inordinately close, actually. And I was thinking it might be possible to sway you guys enough. But no, it's not. Sometimes I think I can't promise them a law. That's the trick, because they're not an ideology. Alright. From traditionalism, I can try interventionism. Okay, the legislature as a whole will accept. Yeah, from movements, plus 67. The crisis of the state. Yeah. Things are iffy right now. Basically, this entire region here is collapsing, so we're trying our best to fix it, but like the private sector is just going to kind of need to, let's see, if I nationalize. Yeah, that's like 3 million. 12 million. Like, not a goddamn chance. March 11th. Yeah, it's still going to be like another 6 months before it can start fixing its stuff. Oh, infrastructure is above 100. Yeah, subsidize the railways harder. I'm sure that's going to help me. Like, this is just cooked. You know? I would actually kind of consider shutting down the railway as a whole. Because I am nowhere near the capacity to produce engines. This was kind of a sort of expected outcome. Apparently we also need some alloys. I might have to actually start some of the new building chains. It's kind of the weird thing with ending up taking control of a bunch of random crap from the British. But yeah, I kind of want all this to just sort of burn for a bit. This is freshly conquered as well, so... Yeah, nationalization from compensation should be reduced. The stock market index is 10 points. Life is awful. Alright, I've got 615 bureaucracy. Good. Go me. I assume Punjab is still overloaded. It is, of course. 5 bureaucracy in Pashtunistan. give me something to work with. Make it 4 and 1. Alright. Gotta try and get this sorted before any other problems come at us. Losses from nationally owned buildings. Yeah, okay. So the national railway, nationally owned railway here is fucking a nightmare. I don't know why it won't fire people. I'm tearing it all down. I don't care. Alright. Just tear it all down. Try and unbreak my thing. Goods for government buildings, prints and papers, yeah. Alright. Just eventually a lot of these buildings should start dissolving. God, please start dissolving. Alright. 40 opera houses we do not need. Trade privileges from Russia. I'd be happy to pursue that if possible. Yes, 100%. Everyone's threatened enough by the movement to pass whatever the fuck they want. That's good. I was hoping this would be the case with laissez-faire, but not quite. Okay, you don't care too much. Very well. Labor movement, also angry. Peasant movement's also angry. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do. Alright, we have technically some positive income. How about that? Okay, Gujarat's looking a little better now. Oh, Lord. Honestly, tear down this construction sector. Do anything we can to help, you know? Like, what can I tear down? We don't need water or wheat farms here, yeah. $93, nice. Let's tear down whatever we can. There we are, infrastructure's not used. Okay, start building some more there. Return Pahari, Punjab. Yeah, they're making their move there, unfortunately. Alright. Conquer Gujarat, maybe? Yep, they're out. They're out. Kolapur and Bandavar, if they decide against us, I just consider that a win. That's additional territory. I don't even know where they are, so that might not be fully true, but hey. Declare interest in central India. Like I say, we're growing. Actually putting, there's Bendavar, so that'd be, yeah, that's good. That crisis state actually completed. Nice. Alright. Yeah. Standard of living's actually climbing. Radicalism's, I guess, falling. Things are not great, but things can always be worse. You know? Things can always be worse. Okay. We might be able to go around Indore. Like I said, we're going to try and conquer as much of the Indian miners as we can. And put together a reasonably powerful state. That should hopefully be able to challenge British Dominion in India. The EIC is going to take its time to put itself back together, too. And, at least for now, this damages Britain pretty badly. 4th in the world, my god. Welcome to the Belle Epoque, I suppose. Prussia number 2. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Britain would side with them. Yeah, actually conquering things is going to be a little tough. Alright, so that gets us a straight line there. The French protecting them is definitely a nuisance. Because you're like one of the few people I haven't really managed to secure friendship with. Still don't have enough prestige to even start the journey to recognition yet. But we gotta try and annex what we can. As much as we can, where we can. My infamy is a little less relevant to me now. Alright, interventionism, easy. Alright, that should hopefully help a little bit. Just want to check here. Yep, we're at 95% mappy along the Indus River. Should be 90% everywhere else. Well, plus or minus infrastructure and everything else that's casually catching on fire on a regular basis. Yeah, 87% here. Alright. Yeah, it's not too bad. Just get rid of everything there that we can. Shut it all down. Alright. Lathe is almost done spreading, thank goodness. Pharmaceuticals is coming along nicely. But yeah. Just keep crashing things through and we'll get there yet. Alright. Coda. A push into central India might be interesting. Nagpur would be a large, populous region with all the resources I need. Yeah, advanced, rare earth, nice. Okay. Question is, will anyone defend them? The British is getting uncomfortably close to defending them. Start incorporating Rajasthan. Alright, not bad. Honestly, pretty good haul. So, I still need some more bureaucracy and we need to sort some more things out. We, I think, always will. Everything around here is basically just on fire, but it is getting a little bit better. And, you know, maybe we'll be able to fix some of this eventually. God, I hope so. But we've gained a hell of a lot of population, basically doubling it. Giving us a fair bit more power to potentially resist the British. Not too bad at all. Alright. So, with that in mind, thank you everyone for watching. Tune in next time for when we'll probably... Oof, Egypt's the Ottoman sphere. When we'll actually, maybe, successfully, hear me out, get central banking. And we can start interacting with the currency system. And, oh god, I'm going to have to start managing a trade balance. Ah, yes. Goodbye, everyone.